Imagine being part of a society that defied the conventional boundaries of the known world, where the seas were your domain, and the fame they earned through generations was fueled by deeds that resonated through time. The Vikings, relentless warriors, unparalleled navigators, and extraordinary survivors, left an indelible mark on history. But who were these fearless adventurers really? Was their rise solely due to brutality, or was there more behind the fierce image they projected? Over the centuries, the Vikings have been both romanticized and demonized, but what do we really know about their true deeds, beliefs, and the impact they had on the civilizations they encountered? Between myths and truths, let's dive deep into the fascinating world of the Vikings, exploring their origins, their adventures, and revealing how their achievements, both on the battlefield and in trade and culture, shaped the world we live in today. Get ready for a journey that goes beyond the sword and shield, revealing the complexity and innovation of one of the most intriguing civilizations in history. The Vikings have always been a source of intrigue. Their image as ruthless, horned helmet-wearing warriors dominates popular culture, but their society was far more complex than that. From the cold, harsh lands of Scandinavia, they ventured into unknown territories, conquering lands, trading, and forming societies that would shape the future. In this video, we'll explore how the Vikings organized their society, lived their everyday lives, and how they became one of the most influential cultures in history. The Viking Age, spanning from the late 8th century to the early 11th century, was a transformative period for Europe. It marked an era of relentless exploration, pillaging, and settlement. But these seafaring peoples were not merely bloodthirsty marauders. They were skilled navigators, farmers, artisans, and traders, and their society was structured in ways that allowed them to adapt and thrive in challenging environments. Their lands, Scandinavia, were rugged and cold, not conducive to large-scale agriculture. As a result, the Vikings sought new territories where they could establish settlements, trade, and find better living conditions. They journeyed to places as distant as North America, Greenland, Iceland, and the British Isles, leaving behind a legacy of cultural exchange and conflict that would shape the medieval world. The Viking longship, a marvel of naval engineering, was at the heart of their success. With its dragon-shaped prow, the Drakkar became a symbol of their ability to traverse vast oceans, conquer lands, and explore the unknown. But it wasn't just warriors who boarded these ships. Farmers, traders, and settlers also ventured across the seas, demonstrating the diversity of Viking society. While the Vikings are often remembered for their raids and brutal invasions, they were also integral to the development of European civilization. They traded across Europe and Asia, establishing routes that would later form the backbone of the medieval trade networks. Cities like Dublin and Kiev grew into thriving hubs due to Viking settlements. However, the Viking legacy is often viewed through the lens of their enemies, who portrayed them as violent barbarians. This view overshadowed their many achievements and contributions to art, law, and governance. The Vikings' influence extends beyond their conquests, with cultural practices, technologies, and even the very name of Russia being derived from them. In modern times, the Viking Age is a popular subject of fascination. Their mythologies, sagas, and the gods they worshipped have inspired countless books, films, and games. Yet, their true story, one that encompasses both the brutality and the brilliance of their culture, often gets lost in the myths. There are many sides to the Viking story, and scholars often disagree on how to view their role in history. Some focus on their violent nature, raiding, pillaging, and plundering. Others highlight their achievements as explorers, traders, and settlers. Still, others delve into their rich mythological and religious beliefs, which gave shape to their worldview and daily life. One of the most fascinating aspects of Viking society is their class system, which was both fluid and rigid. At the top were the kings and chieftains, rulers of vast territories. Below them were the jarl, noblemen who controlled large estates and had significant power within the Viking world. Then came the carls, free farmers, artisans, and craftsmen who formed the backbone of Viking society. And at the bottom were the thralls, slaves, often captured in battle, who had few rights but were essential to the economy. This class structure, while hierarchical, also allowed for social mobility. A successful warrior or trader could rise to prominence, amassing wealth and land. However, the majority of people in Viking society were not warriors. They were farmers, craftsmen, and traders who worked tirelessly to support their communities. The Viking influence on Europe and the wider world was profound. In the British Isles, Viking settlements led to the creation of a new Anglo-Scandinavian culture. In the East, Viking traders helped to establish the Russian state. They spread their technological innovations, such as the longship, which revolutionized naval travel. Their raids, while violent, were often a response to the harsh conditions of their homeland. The Viking Age was, in many ways, a struggle for survival. The Vikings didn't just come to conquer, they came to settle, trade, and explore, seeking opportunities for their people in an unforgiving world. But the Vikings were not just warriors, they were also deeply spiritual. Their beliefs in gods like Odin, Thor, and Freya shaped their daily lives and their actions. Rituals, festivals, and sacrifices were integral to their culture, and their mythology continues to resonate today, influencing modern-day storytelling, media, and even contemporary spirituality. As we explore the Viking world, it's easy to see how their story mirrors our own search for identity and purpose. The Vikings were driven by a need to survive, to explore, and to carve out a place for themselves in the world. Their willingness to venture into the unknown and face immense challenges resonates with the human spirit of resilience and curiosity. The Viking way of life, marked by its close connection to nature, community, and the cosmos, offers lessons for us today. How do we balance the need for exploration and growth with the demands of our environment and our communities? How do we overcome the challenges we face in our own lives? In many ways, the Viking story is our story, a story of survival, struggle, and, ultimately, growth. To fully understand the Vikings, we must look beyond their image as savage warriors and explore the ways in which they adapted to their environment, built their societies, and thrived. This includes a deeper look at their technological innovations, such as their shipbuilding skills, which allowed them to navigate the harshest waters, and their legal systems, which were among the first to incorporate ideas of fairness and justice. By studying the Vikings, we can learn how to navigate our own challenges, how to create sustainable societies, and how to balance tradition with innovation. Their resilience in the face of adversity offers valuable insights into how we can shape our own futures. The Vikings were much more than just the raiders and conquerors we often think of. They were innovators, explorers, and survivors. Their society, though shaped by the harshest and most unpredictable conditions of Northern Europe, was marked by incredible resilience, adaptability, and an unwavering desire to leave their mark on the world. In an era where survival was a constant struggle against the elements, the Vikings not only survived but thrived, challenging conventions and venturing into unknown waters in search of new lands, wealth, and opportunities. Their story is a testament to courage, intelligence, and adaptability. The sagas that have survived not only speak of battles and glory but also of a people deeply connected to their culture, mythology, and spiritual beliefs, reflecting a society that was complex and multifaceted. Their feats of navigation, trade, and exploration reshaped the balance of power in Europe and beyond, leaving a legacy that transcends the boundaries of their time. Today, the legacy of the Vikings lives on not only in the legends and myths that continue to captivate the popular imagination, but also in the cities they founded, the trade routes they opened, and in the very way we understand the concept of adventure and exploration. They helped expand the boundaries of the known world, altering the course of history at a time when possibilities seemed limited. As we reflect on the Vikings' impact, it's clear that they were not just a product of their time. They played a pivotal role in shaping the future. Their story teaches us that even in the most challenging circumstances, there is always room for exploration, growth, and discovery. The Viking spirit, with its thirst for adventure and unyielding commitment to expanding human horizons, still echoes in modern-day journeys and exploration. After all, it is this bold spirit that continues to drive humanity toward the unknown, always seeking something beyond what we already know. If you found this deep dive into the world of the Vikings fascinating, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more in-depth historical explorations that will take you through the annals of time. We're just getting started, and there's so much more to uncover. Do you have any thoughts, questions, or curiosities about the Vikings that you want to share? Maybe you're intrigued by their intricate social structures, their complex mythology, or their remarkable voyages. Drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your perspective, and your insights might even inspire our next video. If you're craving even more historical content, make sure to follow us on Instagram, where we post daily snippets, behind-the-scenes peeks, and sneak previews of upcoming videos that you won't want to miss. History is more than just the past. It's a key to understanding where we are today and where we're headed. So, until next time, keep exploring the past with us. Remember, the stories of the Vikings and countless other civilizations are waiting to be discovered, and every piece of history you uncover brings us one step closer to unlocking the future. Let's continue this journey together.